Bobby Rydell looks back at meeting an up-and-coming band in 1963, the Beatles. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music. Whenever I do interviews with artists, especially artists from the ilk of Bobby Rydell, who really had hits before I was born. As a matter of fact, the year I was born, 1960, he had the 11th biggest song with Wild One. Also, there was Volare. There were 19 hits on the top 40 charts for Bobby Rydell. Whenever I do an interview, it's always a question of me trying to get the artist to bring me someplace I've never been. And there are a lot of those moments for Bobby Rydell, like meeting the Beatles before they were huge. They were big in '63, but Beatlemania, the thrust of it, hadn't happened yet. We're going to share a story about Bobby Rydell getting the ultimate drum kit from his father as a surprise. Because Bobby was a drummer first, and still is a drummer. And then him realizing that he might have had a similar drum kit to Ringo Starr. And then, and wait for it, him meeting a band who, well, he didn't know who they were at the time, the Beatles. I love hearing about your dad had a settlement and you bought that Black Oyster Pearl Ludwig set.
Oh, you're right, yeah. I mean, my first set of drums, it came from a pawn shop, and it was called Revere drums. I mean, not the greatest drums in the world, but at least they were a drum set, and I could bang around on them. And my father worked for a place called the Electronite Carbon Company. He was a punch press guy, and he lost part of his middle finger. And from that, he got a bonus, like $3,000 or something, which was back then, extraordinary money. But he had the money. He knew how much I wanted, a real good set of drums. And we went to a place called 8th Street Music Sales, and I see up there a set of William F. Ludwig, WFL, Black Oyster Pearl. I said, wow, Dad. I said, I'd like that. And to this day, I think I still have the receipt of the drums, and I think it was something like $500. You couldn't touch that set today for $3,000. Matter of fact, that was Ringo's first set. WFL, William F. Ludwig, Black Oyster Pearl. And every time I used to see him, I used to laugh, and I went, I had those drums before you, man, when I was like 15 years old.
Well, that's a good segue. The fact that you were on that bus that time, the bus was stopped, and I guess you thought it was Brian Epstein who stopped the bus, and all of a sudden, it was the Beatles.
Yeah, I was touring there. Matter of fact, Ann Margaret and I were there for the premiere of the Command Performance Bye Bye Birdie for the royal family. While there, I met Tony Hatch, who wrote a song for me called Forget Him, which was my third million seller. And then I toured with a young lady by the name of Helen Shapiro, really, really fine female singer in the UK. And we're traveling on a bus, and it's like, 10, 11 o'clock at night in the middle of the UK. And there's a car in front of us. And Helen says to me, Bobby, where's the Beatles? I said, I'm looking around the bus for cockroaches. I don't know what the hell she was talking about. Anyway, the bus stopped, the car stopped, the four guys got on. They knew me. This was 1963. And we shook hands, yada, 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 and they went their way. And I figured, well, it was just a band. They're gigging, they're going to a club, doing this, that, the other thing. Now it's 1964. I'm home. I'm watching the Ed Sullivan Show on TV. All of a sudden, Ed introduces the Beatles. And I looked at them. I went, oh, my God, I met those guys. This was before they became,
That's uncanny.
The Beatles. Really, it is, yeah. And I could kick myself in my rear because what a great picture that would have been. On the bus with those four guys in the middle of the UK at night.
But you got something, Bobby, I think you got something better when Paul McCartney in their special, when he said that he credited you for the Yeah, right?
That's basically what I understand, and I always thought it was like a song like We Got Love or Swingin' School with the Yeah, Yeah, Yeahs. But from what I understand, when I recorded Forget Him if he doesn't love you, and all of a sudden, Lennon and McCartney wrote She Loves You, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I believe he got it from the recording of Forget Him, where I'm, talking to my girl about, forget that guy. I'm the one who really loves you, and the Beatles, they recorded She Loves You.
Bobby Rydell released his autobiography, Teen Idol on the Rocks, A Tale of Second Chances, a few years ago. We'll have more of our conversation with Bobby Rydell coming up next week. Go to BobbyRydell.com for tour dates, I've been fascinated with eras of music where I either wasn't there for, or I was too young for, or music before I was born. As I've said on this channel many times, if you're not happy with music, then go backwards. There's a lot of stuff out there that you probably haven't heard. And years ago, I started digging into the year I was born, 1960. Then I went back to 59. Then I went to the 40s because I was curious on the music that maybe I was a little ignorant towards. I got really hungry. Sure, I'm a rocker first, but I wanted to know what else was out there. Most of our Bobby Rydell videos will go on our sister channel, nailsheet.com, which is more of an entertainment channel in general, and Rock History Canada, where we talk about Canadian artists or artists talking about Canadian artists, like Bobby Rydell talking about Justin Bieber or Paul Anka. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music.